Last Thursday night, I attended a meeting at Banning's Landing for the residents of Wilmington. One of the things that became obvious and quite disturbing for me during that meeting were the strong feelings expressed by the Wilmington residents that it is them against San Pedro and vice versa when it comes to trying to get funding for the redevelopment of our waterfronts. It should not be that way. Both of our communities have long been ignored and betrayed by the City of LA and the Port, to the point that we feel we must fight amongst ourselves for the minimum amounts that they are willing to invest back into our communities. If you drive down Gaffey, Pacific, or Harbor Boulevard, it is no different than driving down Anaheim, PCH, or Avalon. The same signs of neglect and despair are evident everywhere you look. Why should it be that way when the communities of San Pedro and Wilmington house a multi-billion-dollar industry that is the Port of LA? The men and women of San Pedro and Wilmington work side by side in our port. Our children participate in youth sports together. This should not be San Pedro versus Wilmington. It should be San Pedro and Wilmington and Harbor City versus the City of LA and the Port. For years, they have taken the revenues generated on our shores and spent it elsewhere. The waterfront that exists in both of our communities is the Los Angeles waterfront. It is not the San Pedro waterfront or the Wilmington waterfront. If it were, we would be able to control our own destiny, and we would already have the waterfronts we deserve. We have been at the mercy of the City of LA and the Port for far too long. We know that the redevelopment of our waterfront is the spark that will ignite the fire of revitalization and economic prosperity for both communities. It is time for San Pedro and Wilmington to unite in the fight for the future of our children and our communities. Mr. Soroka, you, the harbor commissioners, and the elected officials have been put in the envious position of being able to do the right thing and turn around the decades-long deterioration of San Pedro and Wilmington. We are respectfully requesting that any funding policy for the public access developments include a realistic and specific amount of money that must be invested in the waterfront developments that were approved in the 2009 EIR. Give us a real number that we can work with, so we can then go to the elected officials of the City of Los Angeles and demand that they find a way to fund the difference needed to make the LA waterfront the world-class destination that it should be. The people of San Pedro and Wilmington demand it, and more importantly, they deserve it.